This is general advice, my opinions, and for entertainment purposes only. CFDs are high risk, past performance isn't reliable. I may be long or short CFDs and stocks mentioned. Content may contain language that offends some viewers. Righto, bag holders and stop loss owners. Mate, she's still going. She's still going. I'm still going. We're friggin' alive. I probably made a good decision yesterday, which I'll get into, and it bloody worked. And I actually don't mind not moving at the moment. I don't want to be moving down. So, mate, I reckon the show's going well because my gauge on whether LEVRD's going good or not is when I got fuckwits on Twitter abusing the crap out of me. That means even people that hate me are watching. I love it. Bring it on. I want more of it. Right, let's see what the bloody hell happened and what is happening. Fucking Iran's still going on, but things changed a bit yesterday when the push notifications are coming through from news sources saying that apparently not confirmed, an Iranian official or something indirectly contacted the US to seek negotiations to end the war, and obviously US aren't holding up on continuing to bomb them and saying it's going to get worse and all this. It just seemed the sentiment really changed that this thing might end quicker or not drag on for bloody ages, and it might end quicker. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and Iran might just give in. So the sentiment changed, and on the back of what I said yesterday with Trump saying he's going to provide insurance which means he just gets a fucking shitloads of revenue from premiums into the US, provide insurance for ships to be escorted through the Strait of Hormuz. And so just sentiment changed yesterday, and I thought, right, maybe it's not going to be a bloody meltdown. So that's the thought. It could bloody melt down tomorrow. Let's see what happened. Commodity prices, etc. So what do we got? Aluminium, that's having a good bloody kick. Coke and coal, pretty flat. Copper back up 1%, $5.91 a pound. Gold sort of chopping around, it's now holding about 51.31. So she was up, she was down. It's sort of sitting there at the moment. Pulled back a bit overnight. Iron ore still at $100. What else we got? Nickel back up 2.2% to $7.84 a pound. Brent crude still at $81. Silver 83.50. That's pulled back. That was up at about 88, I think, but it's pulled back. Spodumene 21.25. And am I on the bloody? Yeah, no, I'm definitely on the right one. Thermal coal. So that pulled back a bit after a good run. Uranium $86 a pound. So not. It's all bloody stabilised a bit. No bloody big movement. Spodumene's probably the one that's dropped the most in this week, back from about 2,400 back to 2,100. But there was a bit of more positive performance overnight. Albemarle was up 2%, so a bit of a recovery. Same as Cameco, a bit of a recovery in uranium. Goldies, Newmont was up 0.8, Barrick up 0.8, so it might be a little bit of positivity for the Goldies today after the big sell-off yesterday. Same as copper, Freeport was up 0.6, Ivanhoe was 3.65. So, yeah, it might be a bit more positive on the market today, I think. Bit of news out. Boss Energy. Heavy rain has impacted production. Did see this on my tracker, on the rainfall tracker. Boss is a bloody, I'll go into it in a minute, but reagent deliveries and productions are expected to resume by 14th of March. So they pretty much can't get reagents on site. So the rain's fucked the road. And so they're saying they expected U308 drummed in Q3 to be lower anyway, 456,000 pounds. They're saying that's going to be now between 240 and 270, but they're maintaining FY26 guidance of 1.6 million pounds drummed, and because they're focused on bringing online the additional IX columns. So, at the moment, it looks like it's a bloody, I'm like, oh, that's a that's a short. There's guidance risk, yada, yada, yada. Boss has been fucking hammered that much. Like, you look at its market cap compared to friggin' like Deep Yellow, and they don't need funding and they're cash flow positive, even though they've got a lot of headwinds coming up with trying to get this new soaking plan happening. But it is... it's been hated. So, and that was the mistake I made on a couple of them, trying to short hated things, because when they're hated, they can go up fucking a lot as well. So, and you look at, they've only had 3 NIM 6 columns online. They were going to build 6, but it sounds like column 4 is nearing full completion, and so is column 5 effectively, both to be commissioned in Q3 FY26, which is the one we're in. So they are going to have 2 additional columns potentially on. So Q4 will see a big fucking quarter, because they're still in that honeymoon period before it gets sort of outside the glory hole of the resource. So, yeah, so maybe they can bloody maintain guidance with everything that's going to happen in Q4. So, hence why I think I'll check the screen, but I think it's up 2% anyway. It hasn't been affected by this. So, but it's, yeah, if there's a bloody smash up in uranium price, Boss will fucking benefit from it. So that's why it's bloody, I'm not going to even touch this one at the moment. Deep Yellow, God, the media bloody reports were coming out. Friggin', last I checked, pause in trading, talking about sounding the market for a cap raise. Never keep a secret in the world of broking. So it looks like Deep Yellow are going to do a cap raise. Not yet confirmed. Let me check old bloody... Have they done a trading alt yet? I've only seen a pause in trading. DYL, nah, just a pause in trading for the moment. So I assume that's coming. They need a fuckload of capital to bloody build this thing. So it'd be interesting to see if that's bloody tied into some debt or as well, whatever. I'm not sure, but they need a shitload. I think it's like US 700 million or something like that. Or Aussies, yeah, bloody shitloads. Right. The fund update. There's a few more posies. Got a bloody... Hold on, let me sort this out for you. Bloody keep cutting that fucking thing off down the bottom. Right. So, let me go through. I'll show you in a minute, but pretty much what happened last night, I was like, oh. After me 2 nights of the bloody NASDAQ rebounding... Bit of positivity coming back in sentiment about this war not going on as long as possible. I'm like, fuck, if this bloody thing goes up again, not looking good, because I delevered it yesterday. I was very exposed to that NASDAQ short. So at about 8 o'clock last night, I think it was sitting at 24,800. I closed the whole thing. So I was like, fuck, I'm introducing a bit of risk here, because if the market melts down, I'm a bit exposed. But if it goes up like it was looking like it, I'll also be fucking exposed. So I closed it, and thank God, because it friggin' went up to about 25,100. So it proved to be a good decision. So I would have bloody done a bit of coin on that one. So the NASDAQ short has been closed. So currently sitting added a couple more yesterday, post the show. Still got the pretty much the short gold contract to hedge against the all the long golds. Same with the copper and develop. So I've got the copper long for the metal, short develop on the equity, but then obviously got breakthrough, which is a speculative copper, you'd say. So I added Northern Star yesterday on the Woolworths shopping day. So 1,900 shares of Northern Star. Reason for that, obviously gold was hammered, Northern Star was hammered. Post all these downgrades, as I mentioned, Northern Star's share price has performed frickin' well. It's higher than when it was before all the downgrades. And I think gold price, and we've got gold sitting at 5,100. And as I said, one of the things that makes sense is that that company is getting bought by someone. And there's been plenty of media articles going around about Agnico or an international considering a deal with a big Australian miner, and Northern Star's been named. So whether that is going to come through, I don't know. But as Stu Tonkin said in the quarterly call, acknowledged they've underperformed their peers for a while now. The KCGM mill expansion is ramping up and going to be in effect soon. And God, I know I had the short on it that I closed out during that negative time, but it just looks like it's just got tailwinds at the moment towards this KCGM mill being turned on. I still think there's a risk of achieving their revised guidance because they've still got to get some big numbers. But with everything else I've said, that's a tailwind and gold down a bit at the moment. That's why I've gone back in, long Northern Star. So I can make up reasons for fucking anything, really. But, right, what else we got? Added back into Centaurus as well. Had a bit of a tickle at 61.5. I'll put them at bloody 2. Yeah, 61.5 Centaurus. So just a little tickle, 20 grand worth. So back into Centaurus. So the other ones I bought on screen yesterday between Liontown Talk, Gorilla, Next Gen, Ramelius, PMET, and Brightstar. So we're ticking along. Right, we better go have a look at let's see what the number's sitting at. So, as I said, I am not too disappointed in myself. Yeah, I haven't fucking gone up heaps, but during this time I haven't gone down. Trying to pick which way I'm going to bloody go. So I'm fucking actually not that upset with myself. Some people on Twitter are, but I don't care. I do care because I love it so much that people hate me. I love it. I love it. So we're sitting at 198. So actually went up a bit overnight, 1.6 for the day. Could have been back in the 180s if I didn't close that fucking NASDAQ short. So that's worked out well for the moment. So that's where we're sitting. That is the exposure. 198. Righto, let's have it open and have a look, see where we're sitting.
3, 2, 1, let's fuck!
Okay, let's have a look at the movements. What are we at? 19. I'll have a look. This is hard now because I got the bloody share thing. So I got 119 plus whatever breakthrough's sitting at. 2 bloody screens. Breakthroughs at 21. So I'll be pretty much the same. That was at 120 before the open. So we're pretty flat. So what's going on here? Fuck. So things are lifting, things are going down. Spot gold 51.56. Copper's pulled back a bit. Brightstar sitting at 52. That hasn't moved. Develop down a little bit. So I'll continue holding there. Northern Star, that's probably that's not too much. Northern Star down 2%. PMET down 1.89. Ramelius 1.32, but I got in at bloody 431 there, so that wasn't too bad, I think. And looks like they activated the buyback yesterday in the 420s, so that sure as hell fucking helped. Next Gen up 3.29. Not too bad. Gorilla flat. Talk pretty flat, down 3, which is pretty much a tick. Liontown up 1.85, $1.54, so that's profiting. Delta up 4.65, and Centaurus flat. So, fuck, nothing's bloody happened. Right, let's have a look around the screen. See what's going on. Goldies up here. What do we got? Biggest movers. Aurelia 2.67, Black Cat up 2%. So, fuck, other than Orabanda, Catalyst, Bellevue back up to $1.75, so glad to close that short. Goldies are pretty much in the red, down for 0 to 2%. So, there you go. Nickel, which is pretty much all I care about, Centaurus. Iron ore, what's the majors doing? BHP down 1.7, Rio down 0.2. What's in the interesting one? Oh, Breakthrough. Look at Breakthrough. Go, you son of a bitch. Up 7.69%, which is just 1 cent. Don't worry about that. Ben's back up to 297. Fuck, nothing big move. No big moves. Lithium. What's lithium doing? Delta up 4%. Wildcat back up 4%. So lithium's having a bit of a rebound. Liontown up 1.3. The majors, Pilbara and IGO, pretty flat. Rare earths. Hastings up 7%. Lindian, 5.34. Have a look at the Lindian chart. This would be that after that Kazakhstan deal they did. Missed the boat on that one. Oh, bloody Langers. You'd be happy about that, Langers, if you're listening. Terror was in bloody Lindian. Look at that. Good on you, holders. Well done. Well done. Copper. Breakthrough. Come on, breakthrough. Copper's pretty flat. Bloody, yeah, not much happening on the copper front. Coal. What is going on with coal? Going into shoulder season, but, well, Whitehaven back up to 842. She's had a good pullback. That is the one I'm watching. Probably should have got back in down here, possibly, but had a bit going on. So Whitehaven's having a good run. But yes, notorious, the shoulder season coming up. So got me fucking eye on it. Where's Yancoal? Yancoal back to 630 after the run in thermal. So that's had a good bounce. Yancoal's had a fucking good bounce after that divvy announcement, which underwhelmed. So fucking bang. And then thermal coal prices rip, bang. So whoever didn't sell on that bloody divvy news will be fucking laughing. Silver. Where's old Boab? Down 1.6, back to 61. Uranium should be having a bit of a kick. Peninsula up 6%. Next gen up 3.3. That's bloody good. God, I wish I bought more. See, even Boss is up 3%. Even on that news, up 3%. So that's, yes. God, because pretty sure Boss is what? 800 mil fucking market cap compared to bloody 722 mil market cap with a couple hundred mil in liquid assets and cash compared to bloody Deep Yellow, which is like a $2.5 billion market cap. It's friggin', yeah. So that's why bloody Boss is not one I'm game to friggin' tickle. So there we go. That is what is happening. Right. So a bit of a sort of nothing day, but we will see if this sentiment changes. That's about all I've got to friggin' say today. So I hope you've enjoyed. Get on the Rusty interview. Brilliant yarn with Rusty Delroy. Bloody love talking to that bloke. The wise wisdom of Rusty. And so I'll be hunting for next week, a couple of brokers. And we're going down the chain. Why not? People want to hear about small caps. I will find brokers that will talk about the smallest, spittiest bloody shit you can find. Can't promise I'll be buying any of it, but you want to hear about small caps? I'm going to deliver it. Righto, punters. Enjoy the day and happy punting. Let's see what friggin' happens if we're stabilised or not. Righto. Catch ya.